It's estimated that less than 10% of the smuggled goods, like drugs and weapons, are prevented by the Border Patrol from entering the United States.
Wait, dude, what the fuck? Look at this shit. Hold up.
Thank you, sir.
United States. While
Wait, there's not a smuggling boat and shit.
weapons are prevented by the
It's based on the 4th Amendment.
Border Patrol.
Bro, who's buying this shit? What? It's not what you think. Why you guys keep saying that? It's not what you think. I mean, dude.
From entering the United States.
While
there are many different ways to sneak this kind of cargo into the country, we're going to focus on 4 main ways that smuggling operations are conducted. We think the last one is the most creative and technologically advanced method. And as you may have already guessed my next words, it's not what you think.
Dude, why would I want to import a fucking gun somewhere, even in the US, if I could just go to fucking Walmart?
Go-fast boats can travel at over 80 knots in calm waters and are extremely difficult to detect by radar due to their low profile. The primary way of detecting such vessels is visual detection from a helicopter or patrolling aircraft. Since most go-fast boats travel at night, you have to be at very close range to detect them. During the day, go-fast boats try to camouflage themselves as much as possible, whether it's a blue sheet covering the boat or a painted fiberglass top. The boats themselves are pretty basic, crammed with fuel, supplies, and of course, illicit
that was
cargo.
Garbage.
In the 80s and 90s, go-fast boats were the weapons of choice because even if they were detected by law enforcement, they would just zip by them as they traveled at double the speed of Coast Guard cutters. Smugglers were so confident in their craft that they would often mock Border Patrol by passing close by.
What?
As a result, the Coast Guard was forced to use its own go-fast boats.
Hey! Is there any toes in there, boys? Dude, is there any toes in there? Wait, they would mock them? That's so dumb.
A rigid-hulled, inflatable boat deployed from a cutter that was fast enough to catch up with the smugglers. You would think that having their own chase boats, the Coast Guard leveled the playing field. But this was not the case.
Wait,
as
their
it
boats
was
are
very
bad.
dangerous to chase smugglers who would always try to outmaneuver the law enforcement. It literally became a game of cat and mouse. For the Coast Guard, the gain was also not always worth the pain. Sometimes collisions would occur between smugglers and the Coast Guard, which put the staff in extreme risk, so a better solution was needed.
So what then?
Holy
In the late 90s, a proposal was put forward for the Coast Guard to start using aerial enforcement, specifically the use of aerial snipers from embarked helicopters.
Hey! Chat, what the guys, what the fuck is this? Guys, what the fuck is this? Hello?
Just a scene from Call of Duty, bro. This is fucking Call of Duty 2.
Originally, the Coast Guard rejected such an idea as it was viewed as a betrayal of core values of focusing on humanitarian missions such as search and rescue.
Oh,
but a
God.
classified trial was approved, during which armed helicopters intercepted and stopped all 5 go-fast boats that they had encountered, resulting in seizure of over
Yo, brother.
$100 million worth of illegal goods. These trials were deemed successful, and eventually
they shoot the engines, apparently.
Commissioned in 1998 as Helicopter Interdiction Tactical Squadron, or HITRON. HITRON helicopters would be deployed from Coast Guard cutters whenever a go-fast smuggling boat was detected. The Coast Guard would first force the boats to stop through the use of sirens and loudspeakers, but according to the servicemen, smugglers almost never complied.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Yeah,
Consequently,
no shit.
an aerial gunner would fire warning shots in front of the bow with a machine gun. If the boat still didn't stop, an aerial sniper would start disabling the engines of the boat one by one. Once the smugglers stopped, they would be boarded by the over-the-horizon boat's boarding team, which would detain the crew, search for, and
that's
confiscate any
crazy.
smuggled goods. By 2017, HITRON interdicted over 500 vessels and seized $17.7 billion worth of contraband. Narco submarines are the new smuggling vessels of choice as they trade speed for increased stealth. Most of them are semi-submersible, which is enough to avoid radar detection or even visual detection, especially at night.
Jesus.
Narco submarines can cost up to $2 million to build, and interestingly, they're considered expendable vessels, since after their successful operation, they're usually abandoned. They can carry up to 10 tons of smuggled cargo, meaning that each trip can generate anywhere from $100
Wait,
to $400
what?
million based
One
on the
trip and they
street
get rid of
value
it?
the goods. So given the return on investment, it is probably cheaper to build new narco submarines rather than risk being caught. Narco subs are usually built from fiberglass and are powered by
Well, this
diesel
guy's
engines.
talking to a tin can.
Once caught, you would assume that the crew would immediately surrender, but as you can see,
Well, my man is
smugglers
yelling at a piece of
persist
metal.
until the very end. Some cartels operate full-size submarines which can go as deep as 328 feet and across the Atlantic. One of these submarines was seized in Ecuador in 2010. As of 2020, it's estimated that there are at least 1,000 operational narco submarines that can carry about 1/3 of the smuggled goods in the United States. The chances of a narco submarine making a successful trip is about 90%.
Huh?
The ocean's huge.
If you think the wall between the US and Mexico border can stop smuggling operations, you'd be wrong. Even if climbing over the wall was difficult, welcome to the tunnel. You can just go under it. Since 2001, over 60 tunnels between the US and Mexico have been discovered in the San Diego area alone. Some tunnels are as much as 100 feet underground and as long as 8 football fields.
Would you ever go
Most
down there and
tunnels
walk in
are
there?
in
Dude,
the Otay
fuck
Mesa
no.
warehouse
Me
district,
neither. That
as
is so
warehouses
scary
are a
for me.
perfect spot to dig tunnel
Yep.
exits. Law enforcement would
Claustrophobia
frequently
like a
visit
mofo.
warehouses and look for signs of tunnels like newly installed concrete floors.
Not just that, the
Special
air and
equipment
shit,
would be
the
used
everything.
to see what's below the floor, and oftentimes, bingo, there is a tunnel.
You wouldn't
Tunnels
bet.
range from 3 to 6
'em.
feet in diameter, and some even have railway tracks installed to help facilitate movement of the cargo. Super tunnels that span over 1,000 feet can be even equipped with elevators and electric rail cars. But
Brother!
most of these tunnels are not equipped with ventilation equipment.
This
and
is-
what
this
you're
is literally
hearing right
Minecraft,
now
it really
a
is.
low oxygen alert.
Yeah, it is.
San Diego's soil is perfect for tunneling, as it is both
Soil.
easy to dig through and strong enough to hold up the tunnel. The cost of digging most tunnels is estimated at about $1 million, but even after a single trip, that money can be made back and then some. Oh, we should also make
And
this
then
very
some.
clear. We do not endorse or recommend this line of work. It's really not what you think.
Holy shit, underground tunnel under their
Finally,
house.
narco torpedoes are
What?
probably one of the most creative ways to smuggle cargo. These are relatively low cost and highly effective, as they're usually towed behind a fishing boat at a depth of about 100 feet. If the law enforcement approaches the boat, the torpedo is released, so there is very little risk of getting caught. But smugglers don't give up on their goods that easily. After a set period of time, the torpedo releases a beacon, often in the form of a wooden log with a built-in camouflaged antenna, so it can later be found and retrieved. The newest versions of these narco torpedoes are autonomous underwater vehicles, also known as AUVs, that can magnetically attach themselves to the bottom of cargo or cruise ships and travel with them to extremely far destinations. Since the travel itinerary of commercial ships is fairly well known, it's just a matter of timing it. Once the ship reaches its port, the UAV would detach itself and travel
Who
some
came up
more
with that
distance
shit?
independently to be picked up
We
by
can't
its
get into a fucking
rightful
DayZ
owners, I
server.
guess. Creative,
Look at all this
right?
shit being done everywhere. Like, Jesus
By the
fucking
way,
Christ.
if you enjoy our videos and would like to support us, we just set up our Patreon page. It would be really cool if you were our first Patreon.
Jesus.